All right, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. All praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father. By Hashem means in the name. Yahweh Shai is the true name of the Son. All right, double honors to the apostles, a great millstone. All right, the leaders that the Most High set up to bring out this truth in these times that we're in right now. Okay, and honors and salutations to all you other Akim out there that's out there pushing this truth and sincerity without wavering. And we're gonna call this lesson, we're gonna call it Kyrie Irving was right on with this one or about this one. All right. And as you see, this is an article. I'm gonna read some of the article and pretty much go into the scriptures. All right, because there's a big thing going on about Kyrie Irving, which, you know, I mean, he's lost on a lot of different points, but he's at a point where, he's trying to, he knows that that this man is the devil. Clearly, he woke up that he has Gadite roots and stuff like that. But he was off when he's talking about the flat Earth. That's off. That I don't know if they still even really push that as much, but this one he's right about, man. As far as refusing to take that jab and how he's saying how basically is I'm gonna read the article, but that's according to the scriptures, man. You're not supposed to take that jab, man, and it is part of the system of the so-called white man to lead you to get the the MOTB. All right. So now this is the article. It says NBA from Spun. NBA world reacts to crazy Kyrie Irving news, and he always say certain things, but the thing is about he's an Israelite, man. When you read in Deuteronomy, right, the scriptures say that we're a peculiar people unto the Lord. We're a peculiar treasure. Like individually, you got Israelites that got all type of talent and ways of thinking. Like there's no other people like our people, period. I mean, yeah, we get on our people because they do wickedness and everything. And the Lord is going to destroy a lot of our people because they serving these other gods and everything. But at the same time, that is the Lord's holy people, man. And that's why at the end of it all, after the 2/3 of our people die, they're gonna come back in the kingdom and be holy, and then they're gonna be in positions of rulership over these so-called elites, these the people that run this world, the so-called white people, which are known as Esau or the people of Edom in the Bible. So all of these football players, they're gonna be having the people that they play for, the owners that don't make gazillionaires or whatever they did, and that still look down upon them. And that's why they're forcing these things on them. They're actually gonna be their slaves, man. All right. Matter of fact, before I go into that, I'm gonna go into Revelations 13. To jump around, it's a lot of heavy points. Let me go to the ninth verse and then I'll jump back up just on the point of slavery. It says, Revelations 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. And this is out of the Bible in the book of Revelations. He that leadeth into captivity. Captivity is slavery. And that's another reason why they're trying to erase certain terms with this new speech, which is all a part of the global reset, which is the new world order that you've heard about now for ages, right? Which we've been prophesying that this is what these devils was up to. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So if you put somebody in slavery, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to go into slavery. And that's backed up in the book of Psalms, let's see, 149, the 149th chapter. All right, even in the Psalms. See, a lot of people talk about Psalms. Oh, I love the Psalms. I love the, they think it's something that you're supposed to be singing, like so-called today's gospel music. No, that's not what it's talking about, man. Look, let me show you what the Psalms is saying. All right, Psalms 149, I'll start at verse, I'll start the first verse. A lot of people say, oh, y'all jump around. All right, this is for you people that talk shit. But really, the hell with you, because if you're not of the elect, it don't matter anyway. But look at that. It's 144 as I'm reading this. So the first verse, 144 is a spiritual number too when you read in the Bible, just so you know. It says, praise ye the Lord, sing unto the Lord a new song. And this is the new song. See, niggas is still stuck on that old song, man. All right, that the Most High ain't dealing with, man. That old, that, like the Apostle Paul used to say, that plantation Christianity, that slop that the slave masters gave you. And that's what they're doing today too with these athletes, where they basically, and even I'm pretty sure, I think it was in the Black Laws Dictionary, where I got to look up where it was at, but the employer and employee relationship is the slave owner and the slave relationship, the master and the slave. So that's how these people, and a lot of them, a bunch of fucking weirdos and do strange things. You know, queer ass folk, the people that run these teams and everything, a bunch of homos and lesbians and all kind of nastiness, right? And they're not the top though, but they're, you know, they're billionaires or whatever the case is, but they're not in the realm of the Rothschilds or whatever. But the point is that they're in a position where they own property, buildings, and they look at the players on their team as their property. All right, that's why they're sitting there saying, "Fuck your religious exemption. We don't care about your religion. All right, you work for me. You're gonna do this." And most of our people, because they stuck with that old mentality that, okay, hey, I gotta provide for my family. What you don't realize is everything's about to come to an end anyway. So even though that you're doing that, you still ain't gonna be able to provide for your family when the real chaos ensues. Once things start shutting down and you know the money that you have is no longer currency. All right, because just you become a millionaire and be broke the same day in an instant. All right. So now it says, and praise in the congregation of saints. Let Israel, all right, who are the real Israelites? We've been telling y'all this for the longest, man. We're the real Israelites, man, not them funny people, big nose people, man. It said, rejoice in him that made him. And that's the problem. Y'all got to know who your creator is. All right, the Most High. That's why at the beginning of the shows, we always make sure we make mention of the name of the Most High, Yahweh, and his son, Yahweh Shai, so you can know. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. This is in the kingdom. This is what's coming. This is the future. This is I don't even know if I can still say I'll say the near future or the present future is that close to the kingdom of heaven being established. That's why all of this chaos and everything, the destruction, all these, which are the prophecies, have to happen. And they are happening. They're coming to pass. And that's for the benefit, ultimately, of the real nation of Israel, not these imposters that's been perpetrating themselves to be us for all these years. It said, let them praise his name. See, the name is important. And that's why I mentioned the name Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. If you're sincere and really want to know the name of the Most High, because a lot of people say they've been searching and searching. Well, look no further, man. The truth is here. That's if you're sincere. So let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people. See? That's a possessive pronoun. It didn't say the Lord taketh pleasure in the whole wide world, right? It said he taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Did not the Lord say the meek shall inherit the earth? Well, the salvation is what? Being delivered up out of this fucking hellhole, man. All right, this is hell. All right, to where you forced to do things against your will. Here it is. You got men, you know, and these are athletes, so of course they're in tip-top shape. You got my man Andrew Wiggins. He eat vegan. I mean, I'm not a vegan, you know, but I'm just saying that's a healthier lifestyle that these guys are. So you figure here it is, they're all healthy, but you're gonna tell them they got to put something that they don't want to put that's against their beliefs and their knowledge in their body. You see? So that's the situation we're in. And we need to be delivered. The only person that can bring us salvation from these situations is the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai himself. All right? And that's what we're waiting for. It said, let the saints. Now, who are the saints? Okay? The saints, matter of fact, you know, just for the for argument's sake, right? For argument's sake. Bear with me. All right. Psalms 148. I'm going to start at 13. It said, let them praise the name. And see, that name right there is very important. And ultimately, it's on faith. All right. And if you ain't dealing with faith, you're not going to get the truth. The Most High is not going to deal with you. He wants you to have faith in these last time in him and not the government, not carnal material things that you could touch. All right. But it said, let them praise the name of the Lord, for his name alone is excellent. That's the name Yahweh. All right. And his son's name, Yahweh Shai. His glory is above the earth and heaven. All right. That's the creator, the Most High. It said he also exalteth the horn of his people. There it goes, speaking about his people again. And it's going to break down who his people are. All right. It said the praise of all his saints. Okay. Then there it go again, the saints. A lot of people saying that they're the saints. They love singing that song when the saints go marching in. But it said, this is going to tell you, it said the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord. So who are the saints talking about? Who is the Lord's people? The children of Israel, man. All right. And he's exalting their horn, meaning their power. And the power we have right now is his truth. That's why they sitting there. Basically, they'll cancel you if you speak these words, man. Okay. But it says, so back to, says, verse 5, let the saints, meaning what? The children of Israel, be joyful in glory. When's that? When we going to be joyful? We're not joyful now. Now we're depressed, sad, hurt, anger. Our people are all wicked, scattered, mixed up and everything. This is speaking about in the near future in the kingdom of heaven that's coming, man. All right. The Lord is going to establish us back on this earth as a praise. The earth is going to be restored back to its beauty as the days of old. All right. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. See? It says when we wake up in the kingdom, man. And let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. Why are we going to be praising the Most High but still having a two-edged sword in our hand? To execute vengeance upon the heathen. The same heathen. The heathen here is speaking about what? The other nations outside of our nation, Israel. Okay, to execute vengeance because why? Even to this day, all these nations have had their hand in putting hell upon us and doing certain things to us, even to this very day. So that's why it says we're going to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. Yeah, the people are speaking about the so-called white man right along with all the other nations that had us in slavery, that had they turn and putting hell upon us. Okay, so it said to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. It says to bind. It says to bind their kings with chains. Okay, meaning slavery. Would you put a chain on somebody? You put them in slavery. It said in their nobles with fetters of iron. So this is what Psalms are talking about. To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. So now back in Revelations, the 13th chapter. All right, going to the 10th verse. He that leadeth, this is the judgment that's going to be executed in the kingdom of heaven. He that leadeth into captivity, and it's clear that they brought us here in slavery. Again, that's why they're trying to take it, and they're trying to cover up their footsteps, but it's too late. It's too late. It says, he shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword, and they still killing us with the sword. Modern day gun is the modern day sword is the gun. Then you got these different philosophies and everything that are the drugs and everything else that they pushed out there that destroyed us. Even these going down to these jabs. All right, they still doing it, man. All right, these lethal jabs they forcing you to take. It said, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. So that's why in Psalms it said we're going to have a two-edged sword in our hand in the kingdom of heaven. It said, here is the patience and the faith of the saints. See how that ties in? So we're patiently and faithfully waiting. And this is, hey, the hour everybody's temptations come. Everybody's being tested, man. All right. Everybody's going to be tried in these times, man. So we got to patiently wait for, bottom line, we got to be patient, bottom line. But now, so like I said, Kyrie Irving is one of the players. Andrew Wiggins is a few other guys that they don't want the jab. Now Esau's trying to come down and demonize them and make them look like they're crazy for saying that. So that's why I said he's right on this one. This one he's right on. All right, you shouldn't take that jab. It says another day, another wild Kyrie Irving story. Saturday night. And, when Esau like to demonize, so if, you have Kyrie Irving saying it, because he has said some stuff that was kind of crazy. He was talking some crazy, like with KD. I seen the video, whatever he's saying, he was KD, but all that other stuff. So now if he say something that's true about like such as, so now people write, oh, that's just crazy Kyrie. No, he's on point with this. It says Saturday night, Rolling Stones published a comprehensive look at the NBA's vaccination issue. Many players are many players reportedly are refusing to get jabbed up. Okay, the reasoning behind the choice is problematic, and they seeing everybody that's dying, and there's nobody that's held accountable for all these people that's died or that's sick, that's injured, that got Bell's palsy and other different, it's said, to say the least, and it hasn't been fully proven. It hasn't gone through well, now it's going through the clinical trials. They got live experiments, But it said, according to the story, Brooklyn Nets guard Kyrie Irving has reportedly bought into some wild theories on the internet. They're saying basically he's following conspiracy theorists, right? Let's see. Here we go. It says they say Irvin, who serves as a vice president on the executive committee of the Players Union, which they're saying fuck a union, So what's the whole purpose of having a union if the union has no power? If you're gonna force people to do things or jeopardize their livelihood because they don't comply to the federal government, what's the point of? But this shows you that the so-called white man is the devil, and we tell you in Revelations 12:12, the devil's come down with great wrath because he know if he have but a short time. So it said Irvin, who serves as a vice president of the Players Union, recently started following and liking Instagram posts from a conspiracy theorist who claims that secret societies are implanting jabs in a plot to connect black people, and primarily that's right, which because they know who we are, and black people, which includes the so-called Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, Haitians, West Indians, those of Negro and Indian descent, who make up the 12. Because there's 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, and all the tribes, and Esau, the elites, they know who we are. That's why things are different from us. You see them whipping them Haitians that popped up out of nowhere under the highway in Texas, but meanwhile they just for them to turn back. Now they saying they say they flew them all back. Now they saying we released a lot of them there in the United States now. So keep an eye on that, as another note. But look what they did with the Afghanistan. They didn't face that trouble. So there is a big plot. It's been a big plot. Genocide been committed against us. We could trace it back. There's so much evidence. It's overwhelming. That's why they're blocking everything. But this devil's to the point where they don't give a damn what proof. You can have the 100% proof and be correct. They're steamrolling ahead, get down or lay down with their New World Order because they know that their time is running out. They know that the Mosai is coming back. All right, like they sitting there talking about they're going to make you think it's an alien invasion. No, which, they do got Project Bluebeam. They do got these different, the heart program and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the Mosai run things, man. The Mosai is the one who gave this devil the power for his prophecy, for prophecy's sake, all right, for his purpose. But the angels, right, which is, they call them UFOs, the chariots of the Most High, that's what's going to come back and actually bring salvation to the elect of Israel, all right? But, so they're saying okay, here we go. It says, secret societies are implanting jabs and a plot to connect black people to a master computer for a plan of Satan. This Moderna microchip misinformation, which now they're saying is misinformation, which they're gonna always keep saying, but there's all type of information proving it. You got elite, you got doctors. They're saying the same thing. They're bringing it down. Why do you think they had to stop? Because they got caught in Japan. A lot of the jabs, they said, wait a minute, there's something black stuff in here, with the nanotechnology and everything. What the jab does, it does get, and I'll say this from what I've read and things I've seen, it's clearly that gets, it's an interface for, the mark of the beast. All right, as the scriptures speak of. So matter of fact, let's get into the scriptures. All right, so you got the gist of it. So Kyrie Irving and other players, they're refusing it, which they should, but time is going to tell because it's going to boil down to how much faith you got. Are they really ready to lose it all to gain everything? You know what I'm saying? They ready, if that makes sense to you, lose it all to gain favor with the Most High so the Lord can protect you. Because this government ain't going to protect you, but a lot of our people are running to this government. And it's because it's a thing done through fear, through violence. These are all things that they did to our people. All right? So now, matter of fact, let's start up a little bit above, then I'm going to just jump around, in the interest of time. I mean, this is a scripture that apostles and all the different brothers, we go into a lot, different scriptures, but Revelations 13:3, this is dealing with the, because America and coming into power, the so-called white man and his rulership have, have basically it's been prophesied. So this is nothing new. In other words, like the fact that America just popped out, it's not like the Heavenly Father didn't know that. No, he said it was going to happen. But now, right here, where it speaks of it says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, which that goes into history, going into the ancient Roman Empire, which America operates in the same system. That's why you learn Roman numerals. You got in all the court systems and the buildings, they have Roman architecture, the pillars, and the same legal system. The same things happen. The same homosexual practices amongst the senators and everything. That's the same thing. So it said, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. Because why? The ancient Roman Empire was taken down. Okay, and when Rome fell, when you read certain books or whatever about the fall of Rome, they make some of them will tell you it was a mystery. Some of them will say this, but the truth of the matter is it was prophecy. All right, so that's why it was wounded. Not that it wasn't going to be done wounded forever, but it was wounded through one, they were spread out, spread out thin. They had the armies all over. They spread thin, and then even the our people, Jake, were the gladiators. When you read about the gladiators, that was real. All right, you read about Severius, Septimius, Pescennius, Niger. Those are all so-called black men, Roman generals in the Roman armies who worked their way up from being top gladiators. All right, so that was all real. So you had that, Jake taking over, which our people were going off, but they became the Caesars and everything of Rome. They you had taxation was crazy. You had different plagues happen. You had a lot of different things that led to the fall of Rome. All right. So, but it said, and I saw his heads as it were wounded, one of his heads, which is the Roman Empire, as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. So the Roman Empire was resurrected, all right, meaning those devils, they came back into power, because throughout the Dark Ages, it was quiet for them. Because that's when from the Roman Empire, it led into the so-called Holy Roman Empire, which Christianity and all that, which was all, wickedness and false doctrines being set up at that time for political gain and everything, right? And then it led in through the Crusades, which they call it the medieval times of the Dark Ages. So pretty much from the fall of the Roman Empire, it led through the medieval times until the times we're in now, which started from what? The Renaissance era. So when it says that the deadly wound was healed, meaning that the Roman Empire came back into power. That's why they even called it the Renaissance, which means the rebirth. All right, because they conquered the strongholds. They conquered Constantinople. That's history you got to go into. All right, and they set up Istanbul, Turkey, which is still there today, through the Ottoman Turks that went and took over all these different areas, took down all the strongholds that we were ruling, and then eventually they enslaved us, as we read down further, to the point where we were bought and sold over here in America as slaves, and our other brothers, the Northern Kingdom, the Indian tribes such as the North American Indians, the Seminole Indians, the South American Indians, the Boricua Indians, the Taino Indians, they were all over here, and then they brought that hell upon them and conquered them as well, as bringing Judah, Benjamin, and Levi into slavery. This is what happened throughout the history, but this is what the prophecy is speaking about. And his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. All right, which goes into NATO, which is the power that America, being the spearhead, controls. All right, which America's synonymous with NATO. All right, but it says, and they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with them. And that's what happened when they dropped the bomb. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, when they dropped those atomic bombs, at that time, there was never no warfare, or nobody had ever had no power like that. That's what made America a superpower. And that's why then from there, it was always an arms race. Okay. But it said, and it was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy, speaking about the so-called white man, how they came up and set up the Roman Catholic Church. They would put up they put up that Christianity. They pushed that image of Caesar Borgia, right? Blaspheming the Mosai, saying that the Mosai is a so-called white man, right? It said, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months, which is a period of time from when they came into power back around, 1400s, 1453. I mean, you could argue the exact year, but around that time, which is called the Renaissance, to now. All right, they was given power for this time period. It says, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High to blaspheme his name in his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. So yeah, they said the angels crack it, they blaspheme his name, his tabernacle. We're the real Israelites, man. You see? And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And they did overcome us. They took us down, put us in slavery to this very day. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And he's ruling over the whole earth. Job 9:24. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose name are not written in the book of the life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. Yeah, meaning what? Going into the MOTB, or the mark of the beast. Okay, because if you're not found in the book, meaning the elect are not going to worship him. That's why the Lord told Elijah that he got 7,000 men reserved, which will not bow the knee to Baal. Because when you take that jab, and then which comes next is going to be the MOTB, that's bowing your name to Baal. You know what I'm saying? That's bowing your name to Baal. So, you're going to have people that's not of the elect, like you see a lot of these people, sitting there taking that jab. And stands to say, if you take the jab, you're going to end up taking the charagma. All right. So it says, but you read that part, jump down to the, damn boy. Like I always say, when you're doing a show, everybody and their mother want to keep texting you, calling you. But anyway, where we gonna go get straight to the point. I start at 14, jump down to 14. It said, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them, which going into, they were able to, like I said, they was able to bomb these countries. They still bombing places. Now they got drones that could drop these bombs or that could sit there and drop bombs or shoot people up from a damn drone. But it said, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Right, and that image is going into what? Their system, their philosophy that they've been pushing, which is part of the jab. So that's why I said Kyrie Irving, he's right on that, man, because if you sit there and take that jab or whatever, then you're going to be a part of this man's system. All right, so that's going into the image. All right, and like the apostles bring out, the image ain't talking about Caesar Borgia. Okay, although, yeah, they did. That was part of their blasphemy. They put that Caesar Borgia, but that's not the image. The image is going to the system of this beast, all right? And that's what they're doing. That's why you got to be jabbed up and you got to have these passports, all right? It said, which had the wound by a sword, because the Lord took the ancient Roman Empire down and did live, and they came back. The deadly wound was healed. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And it's all coming to that point where if you don't follow what they're saying, they're gonna kill you. And killing you, that means that they're just gonna put you to death. They're gonna starve you out, man. All right, that's what they did going back to 70 AD. Except roughly 70 AD with the siege of Jerusalem, man. All right, they starved our people out back then. So they're doing that now for them not what? Worshiping the image of, of the beast, right? But then it goes on and said, and he causes all, because at the end of the day, this is what they want to do. And again, like he said, they want to hook you into that system, right? And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand. And that mark is a charagma, which is an impalement, like something that you stick, like a stake. When you setting up a sign or whatever, a cross sign, you put a point on it, you cut the wood, so it's a point at the end, and you plant it into the ground. Like in electrical, you make it a temporary service piano for outside because there's no wall to put it on. That's how you do it. You get stakes and you impel it into the earth. All right, what do they use to impel into humans? Those needles, man, the syringes. So the syringes, which they're gonna inject you with that chip, because now they got it to the point with the nanotechnology and everything. They can make a microchip so damn small right now where you can't even see it. You see? So it said, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, right? People locked up, and don't be surprised if these guys start, all these so-called refugees or immigrants start turning up with the vaxxed up or whatever, and then chipped up. Don't be surprised. It said he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So with the jab, you can see this is a trial run. They're forcing this on people because what? It's an experiment to see what resistance they got. So once they come, after they get you jabbed up, so once you primed and ready to be connected, they're going to put that, boom, that mark of the beast up in you, that charagma. And it said, or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. So the mark is a little different. It's not, again, this is why I don't believe that it's the jab, even though there's a lot of informations of people that bring things out, which is similar, but it's in tandem. I definitely believe it. But the thing is, it said that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. So right now, people are still able to buy and sell, which you got a lot of people that got the jab. You understand? Because, watching the prophecies, we're not at the point to where, even though we're right there, but it hasn't happened yet to where they got rid of the dollar. Everything is online and through their system. You see what I'm saying? So even though if you got the jab or if you don't got the jab, it doesn't affect you buying and selling at this point. But once they give you the charagma, then you ain't gonna be able to, But this is a trial run because what they're doing is they scam people. They putting all these threats. We're gonna do this. You ain't gonna be able to do that. You see? So now, real quick, I just want to in the interest of time, I'm gonna read on real quick so you can find out what happens if you do take that mark, that charagma. All right. Revelations 14, I'll start at 3. Saying they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts, speaking about the virgins, 144,000, right? It says in the elders, and no man could learn that song, which is the truth. It ain't talking about the actual record, it's talking about this truth. But the 144,000, right? Like it says, 12,000 from each tribe, which were redeemed, saved from the earth. It said, these are they which were not defiled with woman. That don't mean that we didn't deal with no woman. And I hope I'm of that number. We're going to find out. But that don't mean that they didn't deal with women. No, it means different philosophies. Because when you read in the Bible, philosophies are known, the Bible, wisdom is known as a woman. And when you got different wisdom outside of the Bible, that's known as a strange woman. So it said they were not defiled with women, meaning they weren't defiled with these strange philosophies. For they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High, Yahweh, and to the Lamb, Yahweh Shai. It said, in their mouth was found no guile. See? No lies. All right? We're teaching the 100% truth, man. All right? This truth is for the elect of Israel. We're the real Israelites. The Most High's name is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai, and you're not supposed to take that charagma, all right, that MOTB. And I saw another, it said, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High. So it doesn't matter what man say. All right. It said, and I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having an everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, meaning where the Israelites were scattered. All right. We broke that down in plenty of lessons, saying with a loud voice, fear the Most High and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come. See? This is the time we in. And worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. All right? Because there is a power. There was a creator. And he there is. There's going to always be. The creator, Most High is going to be. He was here before time existed, man. You see? So Esau pushing that atheistic belief. You're a clown if you think that. And you're going to die. You're going to drown in your destruction if you thinking that, man. Because the Most High is angry. And he's coming back with that vengeance, man. And it said, there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city. Yeah, America's destroyed by the nuclear missiles. That's the fire, the lake of fire. It says, because she made all nations drink of the wine, all right, which is another representation of philosophy. It's not talking about an actual bottle of Chardonnay or something. No, it says, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Fornication is spiritual adultery. When you start coming with other gods outside of the Most High. And here in America, they had the freedom of worship, do as thou wilt. They have all these different gods and beliefs and everything. That's against the scriptures. That's against the Most High. So that's the fornication. But they pushed that throughout the whole world amongst the other nations because they, remember, it said they overcame them because power was given to them going back to Job 9:24. All right, this is all scriptural fact. So they were able to sit there, just like now they're pushing that that bat piss, okay, that thing that jab that they telling you to take throughout the other nations. They making this thing nationwide. It said, and the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, right? You sit there and, you know, you got a lot of people voting and all into the system, and then you taking the jab. It said, right, which the that word image going to idol too, taking that jab is basically, that's like a idol, because you worship it, you know, because you want to take it so you can keep getting paid, getting your money. It all correlates. It all ties in. But then it goes in and said, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. You get that charagma, you get that straight up mark of the beast in your hand or in your forehead. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Indignation means righteous anger, man. So the Most High gonna give you that destruction straight with no chaser, man. All right, he ain't gonna mix it. He gonna open up on you. And a lot of our people, whoever's simple enough to follow this devil, they're going to follow him to their own destruction, and the Lord is going to open up on you, your household, your family, your loved ones, anything that you love, the Lord is going to touch it, man. All right, but anyway, I'm going to end it there. I just wanted to just speak on that situation, because there is a tumult going. A lot of people are refusing it. That's why Creepy Sleepy Joe said, man, we're losing patience with you. That alone shows you that these motherfuckers playing war games, man. They at war with you, man. They at war with you. But a lot of you ain't gonna realize it until they're actually at your door. They snatching you out of your house. You know, they throwing you in jail and fining you for the stupidest things that you never thought could happen. It's gonna be too late for a lot of you, man. Majority of you. I'm talking about our people. Because the other nations, they don't really even count, man. The elect is gonna be, the Lord is gonna deliver the elect from our people, man. All right? But with that, give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Say shalom to you sincere Akim. Shalom.